a lot of what risk management is considered to be about is managing bad events, anticipating and managing bad events. The point I want to make is that equally important is identifying the handful of places or a handful of decisions a company makes where it's making real trade-offs about risk or risk and return, if you want, and trying to decide which way do they go. So rather than let's run after the bus and try and catch it and fix a risk problem, it's how do we anticipate, when are we choosing which fork in the road do we take, which have radically different risk profiles, and deciding which one is more attractive to us as a company. I think companies are taking a lot more notice these days. There's a couple of reasons for it. One is just given what we've been through in the past couple of years, the financial crisis, a couple of spectacular operational risk events which have happened. Everybody is certainly more aware of risk. And at the same time, I think everybody is also feeling a bit more exposed or naked, so to speak, that some of the old techniques are probably not sufficient. That doesn't mean that anybody has all the right answers, but it means I think there's a lot more willingness to explore a broader range of ideas and see where they can lead us. I think the man in the street, he or she, are certainly concerned about the impact of risk, and are certainly concerned about, are we managing risks well? I think in a way, and this plays a bit to the message I want to make, it's less about risk assessment in and of itself, but how do you deal with the whole picture? How do you deal with risks? How do you identify, prioritize, assess, mitigate, make trade-offs about risk? How do you respond to risk as a society and as an organization? So I think rightly so, pure risk assessment isn't necessarily the focus of the men on the street, but risk and what in the world we do about them is and should be. I think what we bring is a couple of things. One, we serve a very broad range of clients around the world. So I'm basically visiting a different country or a different client every week. And just the experience of how differently different companies and different culture approach risk and uncertainty gives an interesting lens to these whole problems. An awful lot of risk management is about what is the established policy here or there, what is this or that regulator saying, and this cross-sector, cross-geography perspective is important. Second, I think we as McKinsey are sort of on the borderline. We are, of course, pragmatists. We serve clients and we help our clients on risk issues, whatever those happen to be. At the same time, we do try and take a broader view, and we ask, how is this applicable elsewhere? What conclusions can be drawn from that? So it's sort of right on that cusp between the practitioner point of view and the much more academic point of view. And it's certainly a fascinating area for us to be involved in, and that's why we're happy to be here. And I hope we also bring something to that.